A very good morning to all of you, far and near. We are indeed very glad and very excited to have you with us today. Although we have planned this in a way to be a physical meeting, having a kind of a seminar, talking about things that we've talked about, sustainability. We didn't know it's going to be something like this. But in any case, I think we are still very happy and very proud to have all of you with us today on this occasion of recognizing the RCE Greater Gombak, which goes back maybe about 18 months ago. 18 months ago, the university decided to go on a full scale, understanding what sustainability is all about in the context of this university. If I can just mention a little bit about this university, which is 35 years old, established in 1983. We have got about 30,000 students. Maybe 7,000 of them are international students from more than 100 countries. That makes this university one of the highly populated as far as internationalization is concerned. And therefore, sustainability to us means a lot more because we are connecting already with many thousands of students around the world, ranging from developed to developing countries and also countries. So sustainability in this university means a lot more in the context of humanity. In fact, the university's big target was to talk about mercy to all. And how do you then bring sustainability in this particular context in trying to reach as many people as possible? So that was the grand plan in trying to connect as many people as possible and trying to make RCE as a basis of what this world turned out to be at the end of the day. Little did we know that the coronavirus volunteered in early in this year, that everything was changed into something else which is quite different, right? And we've got the recognition on the 1st of April. We thought it was an April Fool Day, but certainly it's not. But this gives us another dimension to look at when we talk about COVID-19 and how do you actually fit in this whole idea of COVID-19, sustainability, and also the mission of the university to look for humanity, to cater for humanity and mankind as such. So the challenge is on with us now, but I am not disheartened because I know I can count on many of you who have had this experience long before us and how we can connect and make this thing work in the so-called world that has experienced another kind of a disruption that we have never imagined before. So I would like to again thank all of you for making this possible, a very short, brief, but meaningful celebration to recognize the work that we have done and also connecting with you from all over the world. For those of you who have sent your messages and best wishes to us, I'm very excited to see these messages last night when it is arranged, and we will demonstrate to you, inshallah, towards the end of the session. So what we will do now is probably to pass into another of our colleagues, Mr. Henry. We have now forged at least 20 NGOs and other agencies around us to work together to support the RCE Greater Gombak, moving on into the agenda that I mentioned to you. After Henry, I think we will invite Jeff and also Hiriko, I think, from Okayama, to give again some speeches or well wishes, and then I will go into a kind of a video that assembles maybe more than 10 RCEs and other well wishers around the world, giving their messages to us. At the end of it, I think we will have a small ceremony to quote unquote mark the official soft launching of the RCE by inaugurating Dr. Zainal as the director for RCE. After this, we'll pass the ball to him and see how he will take it on. So let me now introduce Mr. Henry, who is the co-chair for RCE Greater Gombak, who have been in this business longer than we can imagine. So he has a lot of experience to share, and I would like to welcome Mr. Henry for this. Please.
And good morning to all of you. Greetings to all. My name is Henry Sandanam. I'm from PSPK Gombak. Hope everyone is fine and safe. First of all, congratulations to Tan Sri Professor Dr. Zul.
Thank you.
From International Islamic University Malaysia, as well as Dr. Zainul for officially acknowledged by United Nations Universities as a regional Center of Expertise, Greater Gombak. Thank you for inviting me to become a part of RCE Greater Gombak, and appointing my associate as a co-chair and of RCE Greater Gombak. I'm happy to become a part of this. I would like to share briefly about PSPK. PSPK stands for Perkhidmatan Sosial dan Pembangunan Community, which means community service and community development. We are a grassroots organization established since 2006 with the vision of empower women and children, living out their dreams with dignity and hope, thereby strengthening families and transforming communities. PSPK provides skill training since 2007, and we have trained a group of women from the community itself to manage a social enterprise by themselves, and another social enterprise, which is a cafe managed by the youths. We impart the knowledge to the women for them to be self-sufficient, sustainable, and create decent job opportunity by the community, for the community through social enterprise. PSPK also working towards sustainable development goal. Currently, due to this COVID-19, PSPK active on the ground at Selayang because it is under EMCO until 12th of May. We have been distributing daily food and needy items to the needy people with the permission of Welfare Department and concern of Police Authority. With that, PSPK is looking forward to work with partners of RCE Greater Gombak and everyone, especially International Islamic University Malaysia towards SDG. We hope we can achieve more by using education as a tool to build a sustainable future for Gombak district. Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you very much. I think what Henry was saying is that he's now working in an area where it's 100% being controlled in terms of movement. There are a number of positive cases, I think, in that places. Yeah? It is called the red zone, and people are not allowed to move out. Neither anyone can go in. Everything is supplied so that they can contain that particular area. And he's been supplying food and everything else. And he was mentioning to me how difficult is it to get food across, because people are still thinking of normal cuisine. They want their chicken, they want their beef, they want their vegetable, and so on and so forth. Okay, so thank you so much, Henry. Now we will invite Yes, Dr. Hiroko from Okayama. Where are you?
Hi.
Yes. Oh, hi. How are you?
Good. Thank you for inviting me. Shall I start now?
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Hiroko Shibakawa. I am our assistant professor at ESD Promotion Center of Graduate School of Okayama University. Graduate School of Education, Okayama University. First of all, congratulations on the certification of RC Greater Gombak. We RC Okayama are very happy to have more reliable partners. Last year, I visited Malaysia for the first time. And since then, the more I know about Malaysia, the more I feel the need and the possibility for our collaboration. Although the climate and geography and culture of Japan and Malaysia may seem quite different, but I believe that we share a common awareness of the need to restore links between people, and between people and nature, and between people and society that we have been lost in the shadows of rapid development for these years, and to make them sustainable again, of the need to change the orientation of education and of co-creation of new value and knowledge. RCE Okayama has been making collective efforts to promote EST together with the local community. And this has been highly evaluated in various areas. We, Okayama University, and the EST Promotion Commission, that is based on City Hall of Okayama, worked together. And however, in addition to just promoting EST upside down, and I believe that we are now at a new stage where we can, deepening to something that is more rooted in daily life, and that is essential to radically transform our lifestyles and cultures of our fast and mass production and consumptions. In that sense, we are still under the way. EST people and EST friends in Okayama often use the term one step by 100 people rather than 100 steps in one. I think this is true of RCE's networks. I look forward to working together on various projects. I already have something in my mind, and something is already started, but from now on, rather than 100 step by one RC. So together we can. So thank you very much for giving me such an important opportunity, and I really appreciate your leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, Hariko-san, for that best wishes. I also want to explain to the rest. Okayama is one of the first 7 RCE that was inaugurated in the year 2005. They were one of the pioneering to demonstrate that the concept of RCE was workable. If I can just recall, in 2005, when we asked ourselves whether conventional university, the way it is now, will be able to sustain this whole idea of education for sustainable development, many of us have got skepticism. And that's why the idea of RCE was created then by the rector of the United Nations University, Professor Van Ginkel, to experiment this with 7 RCEs, including Okayama and Penang at that particular time. Now we have got more than, I think, 170 of this RCE around the world. Yeah. So thank you very much, Hariko, for
You're welcome.
that.
Thank you.
Yes, we look forward to working closely with you. Another person, which is also another great contributor to the idea of RCE, is Professor Jeff Scott. We were long-time friends. And Jeff, where are you? Suddenly you are lost in the picture. Please now, Jeff, your turn to say whatever you want to say.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, guys. It's lovely to be with you, and congratulations on your endorsement. And I remember Okayama very well. We were there in 2015, I think it was, at the end of the decade of education for sustainable development. So we had an absolutely wonderful time visiting you there in Okayama. So just basically, I thought what I might do is just quickly talk about linking up the RCEs into the work that I'm currently doing around the world on building social enterprise capstones into the curriculum of universities that are based on the Sustainable Development Goals. So social enterprise capstones in the curriculum of 160 universities I'm working with at the moment around the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, usually not addressing them one at a time, but often there's a mix. And of course, we're doing a lot of work at the moment on social enterprise projects around COVID-19. And of course, COVID-19 is a great example of how you can't deal with those Sustainable Development Goals one after the other. They actually concurrently overlap. So a medical crisis becomes an economic crisis, becomes a travel problem, becomes a social engagement one. So my basic message here today is that what's working out very well is using internet community-based networks around the world to identify social enterprise projects for students in the universities. So rather than just having the projects operating outside of the universities, we need to develop up our students to be not just work ready for today, but work ready plus for an uncertain future, like the sort of future that COVID-19 has shown us can always come upon over the horizon at us. So these social enterprise capstones, if you're interested, there's a book, an article I've written for NVIG COCA, which is the European Sustainability Network journal on that. I can pass that through to Zainal or to Zul, because I'd love to see you guys involved in that. The idea would be that the RCE works with the partners to identify projects that students from the university could be involved in for credit to actually look at social enterprise solutions. So it complements the community social enterprise projects that you were mentioning earlier, but it's just another nice way in which the university partners can actually work together around the world to build students for the next generation who are actually far more understanding of the challenges that we are facing with sustainable development. So we're doing that at my university, Western Sydney University, where I'm a Emeritus Professor of Higher Education and Sustainability. Part of the reason why we're number 3 in the world this year in the Times Higher Education Impact ratings on the Sustainable Development Goals, that's out of about, I think, 790 universities, is because we have been very intentional about leveraging the university with the networks around it to develop sustainable development projects. So my message is social enterprise projects as a capstone in the university. I leave it with you, Zul, to see whether you think there's any merit in that. But if there is, then I can link you up with the RCEs I'm working around the world with on that. The most recent one is the one I've just helped get going in the South Island of New Zealand, which has just got endorsed this year as well. That's RCE Otago. But the Asia Pacific network of RCEs you know of well, and I commend certainly you guys to actually join that network. And if you're interested in social enterprise capstones, and if you have any, I'll include that. I'm writing a chapter for a new book at the moment on it. I'm happy to include your social enterprise capstones as little case studies if that would be helpful. So once again, heartiest congratulations to you all. I think with great fondness of the times that I've been with you all up in Malaysia, and I wish you all the very, very best, and take care.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jeff, for the idea of social enterprise. I think there is something that we also just discovered in the area of sewing, for example. We have been supplying hospitals with our own version of PPE, and I think this has been seen as a potential social enterprise work that the university will go into apart from the rest that we have been doing before this. Certainly we'll keep in touch with you, and hopefully we will then be able to learn more from this idea of social enterprise. Given now, I think money is a problem also. Maybe this is one way of overcoming some of these issues that hits us financially. So I will move on now to invite a representative. I think a bulk of our work now has been supported by students on their own. So I would like to invite the representative, Mr. IIUM Mumtaz. Where are you?
Yes. I'd just like to say goodbye, everybody. I'm afraid I have to leave now. All the very best. Sorry.
Thank you.
Bye now. Bye.
Yes, Ida, please.
Yes. Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good day, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. So first of all, I would like to say thank you so much for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the youth in our community. And I would like to congratulate International Islamic University Malaysia for being recognized as part of United Nations Regional Center of Expertise Network under the leadership of Tan Sri Zulkifli as our rector and the partners. Yet we also know as students that this achievement is beyond just being known by the world. We also know that this milestone is actually about restoring the original purpose of a university to exist, that is to humanize our intellectuals with universal values by being of service for the community. So being the younger generation at this university, in this country and of this world, we are honored to be involved to fuel these endeavors. I believe that nothing empowers the young people like giving us this sense of responsibility to look at the world with the intention and action to develop it sustainably. So our prevalent roles as young people from our discussion with the authorities of the university for these RCE projects is that we have to contribute to change the system to become more sustainable by, first of all, understanding the agenda ourselves, secondly, to educate our fellow grassroots, and thirdly, to mobilize our community to take action in the long term. At IIUM Student Union, which is one of the organizations I'm part of currently, we believe that the purpose of our student presentation in activities that we do is to manifest a reform as best as possible that would realize what are the purpose of our educational institution. So currently, as we see, we witnessed firsthand how COVID-19 disrupts and strike not only our students' academic affairs and welfare at university level, but we also see it is happening at other levels of educational institutions. So we are very excited to see bold actions being taken to overcome, especially the inequalities in education widened by this crisis, as well as the ecosystem, as we see, are prompted to go online. We see that we have to come together to ensure fairness. And it's not only about internet access, it's about sustainability, affordability, making content more relevant, making all, as well as our culture among the teachers and the students to accept this and to have skills literacy. So it's a long list just in this light of this one matter. So, and we believe that in the future, we are very excited to learn from the experts here around us about how can we go on with our education, not just a matter of continuing business as usual, but to ensure quality education for all in this new light of, especially after this crisis. So again, all the best to Tan Sri Zulkifli and Dr. Zainal and Mr. Henry and the teams at RCE Gombak. We are looking forward to learn and do more, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ida. Certainly, I think student is the bulk of the whole exercise here because it's about moving into the future, and certainly the students will have their future locked up if we do not actually define what the future means in the context of sustainability. So we look forward to working with you, the student union and whatever other community we have around us in this particular context. Yeah. Now, I want to move on to screen the messages of others. But before that, can I introduce to you people here in the room? Yeah. Here on my right is Dato' Wan Hilmi. He's the director of the Development Office, where the Sustainability Office at the moment is parked. All right, helping a lot in terms of structuring and how to move this office to the extent that now we become the RC. So thank you very much, Dato' Hilmi. Behind Dato' Hilmi is Dr. Faris. He's the director of the Office of Strategy and Institutional Change. Again, a very key person in restructuring and planning where we take this RCE from now on and moving forward into the future. We've been working a lot in trying to give meaning to what these structures mean to us, because as we change, we also need to restructure some of the basic elements of the university, and Dr. Faris is very much onto that. Yeah? Across her is this lady, the Professor Ida, who is the Dean of the Center for Postgraduate Studies, and at the moment also covering the Deputy Rector for International Global Network, right? A lawyer by training, but by no means tied up to only legal aspects, And she's very much international, understanding what the requirements of international students. I mentioned the 7,000 international students, very much is under her care. And how do we then put this in place as far as making sustainability a kind of university-wide or campus-wide activities moving forward. Yeah. In front of her is the Madam Masra Abidin, who happens to be my wife. She's a strong supporter back home, telling me what to do all the time. So she's part of sustainability in that particular aspect. And the gentleman that you need to know from now on, I think this will be the face of RCE Greater Gombak, is Associate Professor Dr. Zainal, who used to be in USM when we created the first RCE in Malaysia. Zainal then was part of UNU. He was doing his postdoctorate. That's the time when I knew him and met him, and after that we've been working more than 15 years together. So we're in good hands, inshallah, and we hope we can move together as far as making this RCE a reality in this university, if not internationally. And of course, Brother Henry, we've been introduced earlier, right? So without further ado, I would now like to add these video messages from around the world, RCs around the world. Let me start by thanking all of them, taking time and giving these nice, friendly and witty wishes from all around the world, covering Europe, Africa, Asia, and other parts, including, of course, North America at the same time. So without further ado, can we have the video?
From the Global RCE Service Center of the United Nations University Institute for the Advanced Study of Sustainability. We wish one and all a happy and blessed Ramadan. It is an honor and a privilege to express, on behalf of the Global RCE Service Center, our wholehearted congratulations to the new RCE Greater Gombak on the occasion of the RCE's official launching ceremony.
Hello from Paris. My name is Wang Zhangbiang, Senior Project Officer in the Section of Education for Sustainable Development at UNESCO headquarters here in Paris. I would like to join many others in expressing my big congratulations on the launch of the Regional Center of Expertise, Greater Gombak, Malaysia. Great pleasure to have such a well-established RCE as RCE Greater Gombak, led by Dr. Zul Abdul Razak, join this global movement.
I hope that together, you and we will find new and much better normal. Congratulations, RCE Greater Gombak. Success as a new groundbreaker in education for sustainable development.
My name is Charles Hopkins, and I'm the UNESCO chairholder in reorienting education towards sustainability at York University in Toronto, Canada. And I'm sending my very best wishes to the entire Greater Gombak community for the launch of this Regional Center of Expertise and Education for Sustainable Development.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. We are from RCE Yogyakarta, Indonesia. Would like to congratulate for the RCE Greater Gombak under coordination of the International Islamic University Malaysia as a part of the RCE Global Network and has been recognized by United Nations University Institute for the Advanced Study of Sustainability.
Namaste, warm greetings and happy Ramadan. That RCE Srinagar can extend to you. You are most welcome, and on behalf of the RCEs of Asia Pacific as well as global community, we thank you and we wish you all the best. Ramadan Mubarak, in advance Eid Mubarak. Have a wonderful time and your ESD journey ahead. Thank you. Namaste.
Hello, members of RCE Great Gombak greeting from RCE Tongyang. We sincerely welcome RCE Great Gombak to be our family.
Looks forward to collaborate and work together in this endeavor for ESD, championing the SDG for Education 2030. Again, a very warm welcome and a heartiest congratulations to RCE Greater Gombak.
Well, greetings everybody from South Africa. My name is Jim Taylor and I'm from the RCE KwaZulu-Natal, which is based here in the southern tip of South Africa. Very excited to hear that the International Islamic University of Malaysia has just been granted RCE status for Greater Gombak. So congratulations to everybody involved in Greater Gombak for becoming an RCE.
Assalamualaikum and hi to everyone. My name is Azlin. I am the officer in charge for RCE Center Semenanjung. To RCE Greater Gombak, welcome to the family and congratulations on the establishment. Thank you.
RCE Kyrgyzstan.
We are happy to have new RCE member.
RCE Greater Gombak.
On our RCE platform. Congratulations.
Hi, RCE Greater Gombak. Congratulations today on your launching of RCE Greater Gombak. RCE Iskandar is so happy and delightful to have you on board with us as our new family member. So let's realize the Sustainable Development Goals 2030 together.
On behalf of RCE Okayama, Japan, I would like to express a special thanks to Professor Zulkifli bin Abdul Razak, the co-chair of the RCE Greater Gombak. I look forward to working together and drawing the new perspectives and accumulating the good practice and sharing the nice experiences.
I take this opportunity on behalf of the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Sustainable Development Goals and the Malaysian CSO SDG Alliance to congratulate Tan Sri Professor Dr. Zul of IIUM as well as Dr. Zainal of the Sejahtera Center for Sustainability on being accredited a regional center of expertise in education on sustainable development goals.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya mewakili warga Sekolah Kebangsaan Padang Keria Perlis mengucapkan tahniah kepada RCE Greater Gombak yang mendapat pengiktirafan dari United Nations University.
Congratulations! See you soon!
Okay, so thank you very much and apologies for the earlier technical problem. For this, I would like to thank Zahida and Dr. Muhyiddin for making the video. Yeah, it was a very successful and a very entertaining video on that. Yeah, I would like to thank everybody who have given us messages. Thank you very much for that heartwarming welcome, and we hope we can partner with you in many years to come. Before we move on, I would like also to mention in the cyberspace somewhere, in this particular context, there are partners of our secretariat who is there at the same time. Can I just mention their name? One is Ms. Miza, who represents the RCOM, a group that works on ecological, environmental issues as far as sustainability is concerned, under the flagship of Sejahtera Malaysia. We have also Mr. Zulhelmi, who is the Managing Director of LibApp Services. LibApp Services is a homegrown social enterprise that works on transforming schools. And I know for sure they have transformed more than 80 schools around the country, putting in sustainability as part and parcel of the transformation moving forward. Yeah. We also have Mr. Khairuddin from the International Islamic School, which is part and parcel of the university setup, looking at schools, secondary and primary school, which is part of the university setup. So again, thank you very much for being present. Last but not least is Mr. Shamil, who is representing Mercy Mission. Mercy Mission is another NGOs that work extensively with school, and right now I think we are partnering them to transform schools or to help schools mainly in Perlis. How many schools? 3. Yeah. So these are the partners that I think we have got broad-based, working with the community directly, which is one of the important mission of the university, to transform community, to transform schools and also other NGOs at the same time, right? So thank you so much for that. The next agenda is to do the soft launch, the proper launch that we have. We need to move out of this room. So you probably see us coming out of the room. But before that, I think I would like to thank all of you once again, including my colleagues from UMC, who is there, Professor Sisarji, I see him there. And I saw just now also Dr. Zul, Dato Zailand, and whoever else. Yeah? So thank you very much. We need to move to the second part of this soft launch outside, and we'll see you in a moment. So come. From the United Nations University, recognizes the RCE, which makes up of more than 20 schools. And I'm giving it to the director of the Singapore Center for Sustainability and Humanity, Dr. Zailand. Can you raise your hand? Okay, congratulations. Congratulations. Next is the official logo of RCE Greater Gombak. As you can see here is the shape of the heart. And I mentioned earlier that we talk about humanity, no barriers, no division, no divides. We are working for the sake of humanity. In the language of the university, it's called Rahmatan lil Alamin, mercy to all, right? So that represents the color of the environment, which is green, and the other one is supposed to be gold, which is basically the benchmark or the gold standards as far as the RCE is concerned. It is made of the word G and the word 2. Gombak, Greater Gombak is the G2. And the word G2 in Malay means precision, means impactful, means also a kind of preciseness as far as working is concerned. So we hope this will be the inspiration for the people who work for RCE Greater Gombak, and the kind of results and impact we will see, inshallah, over a period of time. So this will be the official logo that members of the Greater Gombak community can use in their own work as far as RCE is concerned. Last but not least, we want to introduce to you the website, and I pass it down to Dr. Dan.
This website, for those who have not heard, I think the video just now, so it'll be inside here. So if you want to look at the video again. So we also have the partners here, including PSPK, and those partners been mentioned before. And there's also the flagship they've been doing, all the detail of the project. And then for RCE Greater Gombak, there are 3 areas which you can also look inside here, that the main project, main niche area, there is the whole community transformations. And then we have second components, spirituality and sustainability. And we have also Sejahtera. So we have a lot more information. So for all the updates on happening of both in Gombak and also in UIA will also be here. So more detail you can always browse it. And it's already started.
Thank you. Thank you. So now you're the official co-chair. I'm giving this to you. Yeah, thank you. All right. Sorry that you can't shake hands, but we just also problem. Okay. And there's a small memento, 100 years of the picture of the building. Yeah, there's somewhere here in the center. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. You can book photograph. Out of the field. Yes. So I would like to once again thank all of you for this very brief and memorable historical day to launch the RCE Greater Gombak, which I believe this is the first RCE that has been inaugurated during the COVID outbreak. So we still have that privilege to be the first RCE during this particular outbreak this time around. Yeah. So we are here to serve you and to work with you, and hopefully this RCE will change not only the landscape of education, but also the landscape of the community around us, and hopefully we will extend beyond Malaysia into the global society working together. So on that note, I would like to thank you again for taking your time and making this event a successful one.
Congratulations.
Okay, can we have a group photograph? Just how do you do this?